All right, so while we're waiting on whoever we're waiting for, let me find out who everybody is because I don't know everybody. I'm Miss Davis. I was the teacher and principal and worked here for I don't know how many years now, but it's been 12 or 13 since I've worked here doing regular duties. Doing other things, yes, but not that. And so even though I'm teaching DISTAR, it's been since Miss Hammond started that I taught it last time, which was how long ago was that?
I took over the other side of kindergarten. This is my 5th year, I think. So it's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's probably been 5 years.
17 maybe.
Yeah.
I would say about 2017.
Yeah. So it's been 5 years. So I really had to make myself study. I mean, really make myself study this. And when I finally did yesterday, so my accident was a blessing because then I had time to actually study. I had all the papers printed and everything else, but not the actual practice. It's one thing to read it, it's another thing to do it. Very different. And when I actually did it yesterday, and I had what we had done before on the plan, it took 1 hour and 50 minutes for me to just do the lessons with no questions, no interruptions, no practices, nothing. I said, we'll never get that done. So I'm cutting a lot of them in half, but not all of them, hoping that we can get through that because it's better to get through a little of everything than just do 2 of them or 3 all the way. So that's the plan. That's why it's not going to be exactly like it says on the page.
And if we don't get to everything, Mrs. Falconer and I can kind of fill in the empty
Right. So I know who I am, and I know Miss Hammond because I taught her, and I've learned this is Kyle, who is her son and helping in kindergarten. All right, and Miss Pierre was here before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's back again,
Yes.
but it's going to need a little refreshing.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
And I don't know you,
Miss Corvera.
Corvera. And what are you? Who are you teaching?
I teach the Dolphins, and I transferred from Waller.
So the Dolphins are how old?
Younger fours.
The younger fours.
Younger fours or middle?
Yeah.
Middle
Oh,
four.
you two, Justin's two 4-year-old classes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So olders and youngers. Okay.
Okay. And
I'm Miss Erin, and I teach the Eagles, the older boys.
the older fours. So we've got older fours, younger fours, older threes. So good. We've got all of those. And then we have kindergarten.
That's perfect, right?
So we've got
Yeah.
every age group represented. So that's it. And as we're doing this, you're going to be corrected a lot. Right, Miss Pierre?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's to help you. If you don't get corrected now, you'll be teaching it wrong. And a lot of times you can't hear your own mistakes. I can't always hear mine. Sometimes I was corrected. And sometimes I forget and somebody reminds me, oh, you said this before. Oh, yeah. Now I remember that. And I was looking through one of them. Well, I'll tell you when we get there. It said, tell the story. And I said, I don't know that story. But somebody will, I'm hoping, so they can help me with that. So that's the plan. And down at the bottom, it has when you should start. In general, the older fours will start 3 of them in November. And after rhyming and symbol action is finished, then you'd start the other 2. The younger fours won't start until January, which you might as well because there's, Christmas is too busy to think of anything. And then it'll be February before you get to blending and spelling by sounds. And the older threes aren't going to start till probably February. And then it will be March before you get to the others. So you won't get as far, but if you know what to do and you have one child who's ready to go ahead, you can do that individually with them and teach them and show them how to do it. I mean, that's true for all ages. And kindergarten starts the first day of school. They have no grace period.
Just throw them out there.
Right.
That's right.
My daughter-in-law is teaching in public school, and she said the whole first week they dedicated just to learning the rules, and nothing was ever taught. And I said, you can't waste a week of school with not teaching anything. I just couldn't believe it. She has kindergarten, first and second grade special ed kind of students.
Okay.
So it's not as maybe crucial with them, but that's the way for the whole school, not just her class. The whole school is like that. All right, so that's the plan. And on the back of the page, you have the specific things for each subject area. And when we're talking about them, as we get to them, we'll discuss each one. But we have the blending, the rhyming, symbol action, spell by sounds, and say it fast. And then when I talk about stopping sounds and holding sounds, I made a list of them so you don't have to try to remember or say the alphabet or say the sounds to yourself. Of course, that's the way I still do it most of the time. But it is a little help when you're doing something. And as we get to it, there are testing papers, but I knew we weren't going to get to how to score testing today, and probably not even the next time. But then I will give you the testing papers so you can have them to look at. So today we're going to start just like I would start with a class. We're starting with symbol action games. That's the very first one that you're going to teach, symbol action games. Oh, I forgot one thing. I usually tell how DISTAR started because it's important for you to know where this came from. Many years ago, I mean, to some of you, it was a lot of years ago. To me, it wasn't so many. I'd say it was probably the 70s, maybe the 80s, somewhere along in there. Some man had a group of very slow learning special children that were in, I think they were in like an orphanage or something like that. And he was supposed to work on teaching them to read, and he thought there had to be a better way to teach these special kids how to read. And I can't remember quite, but they were, you know, not normal, ordinary children. They were very slow learners. Maybe they were retarded, I don't know. But anyway, he broke down what it took to actually be able to read. You can't just look at the sounds and read. There's things you have to know. And so he broke those down and taught those kids, and they all learned to read. Sooner or later, some sooner, some later, some better, some worse. And after a couple of years, he thought, well, if it works for these kids, why wouldn't it work for ordinary kids? So he wrote this down, I guess, and then published it, and it works perfectly for ordinary kids. Many years, not quite as many years ago, but like 2000, and right before that, up to maybe 2005 or so, I would see an article in the newspaper and about amazing, all the children in this school in first grade learned to read, or all the, you know, every time you saw that, every single time they were using DISTAR to teach. So that's why it's so successful, and every step is important. So the first one we're going to do is symbol action games. And symbol action games teach you that things have to be in a certain order. You can't just do any order that you want to. They have to be a certain order. So we're going to start, and I'm hoping today we can do maybe the first 3 lessons of symbol action games. And each day at the beginning is a new lesson. If you don't explain that to the children on the second day, then they try to remember what you did the day before. And you can't even remember what you did the day before, and they're very confused. So you have to be sure and tell them, this is a new game that we're doing today, not what we did yesterday. As you get further on in the lessons, somewhere soon, you do 2 lessons a day. I mean, 2 tasks, 2 different symbol actions in one day. And for sure, you better tell them it's a new one that you're doing. Each one follows the same plan. You're going to show it what you're doing several times usually. Then you do it together several times, and then you ask them to do it individually. So they watch it, they do it together with you where they're copying, and then you ask them to do it individually. If they can't do it individually, then you show them again and have them do it with you. So they're not ever failing, they're eventually get successful. Okay, now we all know there's going to be some child, and this is true for every lesson, that doesn't get it even when you show them and do it with you. There always is. And so you say, that was good, and just go on to the next person. Don't ever tell them they were wrong. Now, other kids in the class may say they didn't get it. You can't make them be quiet. But you don't tell them that. You just keep that child in your mind, and you know you're going to have to watch them and make sure that they're actually looking and doing it with you. And you're watching to see how they're doing it when you're doing it. All right, now here's the first one. Everybody, look at me. And this is very important that you say that to start with, because you know what they're doing. They're looking at their shoe, they're looking at their neighbor, they're looking at their pocket. They're not looking at you, even if they're sitting in the circle. Everybody, look at me, and you can praise whoever's looking. Mary's looking, John's looking. There's a chair right here for you. And there's a paper up there for you. Okay, everybody look at me. Watch me. I did it the right way. Watch again. I did it the right way. One more time. I did it the right way. Now it's your turn. You do it with me. Ready? And be sure and say ready every time so they get ready. Ready? We did it the right way. Again. We did it the right way. One more time. We did it the right way. Miss Hammond, show us the right way. Good, she did it the right way. Let's do it together. Ready? We did it the right way. Miss Cavera, do it the right way. Good, you did it the right way. Let's do it the right way. Good, we did it the right way. Everybody look at me. Is that the right way?
No.
No, it's not. Show me the right way. Good, you did it the right way. Everybody look at me. Is that the right way? Yes, let's do the right way. Everybody look at me. Is this the right way? No, let's do it the right way. We did it the right way. All right, we're through with lesson 1. It takes, as far as I could tell, 3 or 4 minutes to go through 1. It takes much longer to go through 3. So now we're going to do the second one. Have to be sure I know what we're doing. All right, everybody look at me. I did it the right way. Watch again. I did it the right way. One more time. I did it the right way. Now you do it with me. Ready? We did it the right way. Again. We did it the right way. One more time. We did it the right way. Miss Pierre, do it the right way. Good. Everybody do it the right way. We did it the right way. Miss Erin, do it the right way. Good. We did it the right way. I'll do it the right way. Very good. Everybody look at me. Is this the right way? No, it's not. Show me the right way. Good, you did it the right way. Everybody look at me. Is this the right way?
No.
Show me the right way. Good, you did it the right way. Everybody look at me. Is this the right way? Yes. All right, that's number 2. And what I did in my book, because when you're up here doing this, you do not have a long time to think about what comes next. So in my book, or whoever's book I have, which I don't know whose book I have.
It's mine.
Okay, well, it's very helpful. I highlighted the words that I'm supposed to say, the actions, and then I put this is the right way, the words that I was going to say. You don't have time to read it, but you do have time to look at this. And then on the sides, because it's not important what you do for the samples that's wrong and right, I just wrote wrong, right, wrong. So I would know how it's supposed to be. Now the first time it was wrong, right, wrong. The second time it was wrong, wrong, right. You don't want to have them all the same every time. You have to get it mixed up. Or they'll just say yes, no, yes, or yes, yes, no, or whatever it is without thinking. And that's true for everything you do. You cannot do the same thing over and over again. All right, so now we'll do lesson 3. Everybody look at me. I did it the right way. Watch again. This is the right way. One more time. I did it the right way. You do it with me. Are you ready? We did it the right way. Again. Let's do it again. First we're going to do, everybody do this, and then we do this. Good. Let's do it the right way. Are you ready?
One second. I need to reset the cameras.
You just
Practice the wrong way. Mess up so you can learn how to mess up.
It is going to happen.
Yep.
Oh no, I know. Oh, I know.
Yeah, somebody's gonna do it.
We're good.
And most of the time they do it on
On
purpose.
purpose.
Of course.
Checking the teacher, making sure the teacher's paying
Make sure, yep. And I noticed.
That's right.
I heard it. I was like, I heard you.
What I liked was your response. That was like, to get to that point, to not get off task of,
Right.
to remain the same,
Because you have to
You
keep
have
going.
Yeah, you have to keep
You
going.
have to keep
But
going.
you can't overlook the,
Right.
the not right.
Right.
Yes.
All right, let's do it the right way. I forgot which one we were doing. Yeah, we're on 3. All right, let's try that again. Let's do it the right way. We did it the right way. Now do it with me. Are you ready? Good, we did it the right way. One more time. We did it the right way. All right, now let's see. Ms. Hammond, show us the right way. Good.
Tell me whatever you want.
Show us the right way. I'm trying to think of the right way.
It's opposite.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, this is the right way. Do it with me. You ready? Good. Let's do it again. Let's do the right way. Ready? Good. We did it the right way. Miss Cavera, do it the right way. Good. Let's do it the right way. Good job. I think we're through. No, I have to do wrong and right. Is this the right way? Show me the right way. Wow, everybody did it. Is this the right way?
Yes.
Yes. Is this the right way? No. Show me the right way. Good, you got it. All right. We're through with symbol action games. The kids really like these.
Yes.
Some things they don't like, but they like this one. Next, we're going to do Say It Fast. They like this one too.
That's one of my favorites.
I like it after we get past lesson
I was
10.
about to say,
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yes. And rhyming is my favorite of all.
Oh gosh, I love her.
Yes.
Where is it? Because I looked at it in my class. Where is it? Good job, me.
I didn't do one for anything. No one.
Okay, on Say It Fast, I thought we might try to do 1 through 3. I don't know. For sure we'll get 1 and 2 done. At the beginning of Say It Fast, it's forever. You have to turn I don't know how many pages and finally get to the end. But when you get past lesson 10, then you can read it and then show them the picture. Read it and show them the picture. And boy, that is a relief. But the first 10 are torture. At least you don't have to do but 1 a day instead of 2 or 3.
Yes.
And for most of them, I made words that go on the back so you can talk about what's on the picture.
We don't have the words on the back. Miss Falconer has labels.
Labels that you
That
put.
That
she
you
made.
made.
You just like,
Right.
She just stick them on the back of your pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question. DISTAR in general, the 3 that you're supposed to start with, shouldn't take more than what?
15.
15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I thought
That's
when I
pretty much
timed
what it
it.
was taking me.
It takes about 15 minutes.
It should take 15 minutes. 15 minutes your circle time or a separate circle.
Yeah, it's the second.
Yeah, second circle. So I don't think,
Yeah.
I know they split them up. I have to do it. I do it all together.
Yeah. Because when I was timing how long it took to do each individual one, I thought it would be about 15 minutes, depending on how much correction you have to do or repeating or whatever. And when it says to give turns, in a class of this size, we can give lots of turns. But in a class of 15 or 18, you cannot give every child a turn. So I usually have some kind of a plan. Either do this part of the room and that part of the room, or the girls or the boys or the ABC people or the DEF people, or some plan where I can make sure during the week or during several days I've got everybody has had a turn, so I can have some idea on who can't do it. And no matter whether it's symbol action, say it fast, rhyming, blending, whatever we're doing, you need to make a note, and sometimes you have to write it down because by the end of the day you can't remember who was the ones that didn't do it. So how many people should get individual turns each day? I would say 4, maybe.
Yeah.
You don't usually have time for more than 4.
I think I did 5. And right, every third person, I 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how I did it. It's every third person. So I had
Yeah.
17.
So, right. Some plan so that you don't keep getting the same kids, because you know the same ones are always volunteering. Oh, me, me, me. And usually I don't call on the me, me, me's. I call on the no, no, no's. I don't want to try that. And even though, especially in Say It Fast, they call for testing like about every lesson. You're not really going to be testing every lesson. When we get to testing, it shows you, but I think you don't actually test till like lesson 10 or 12 or something like that. I can't remember without looking. It's not here, but I've got it somewhere over here. Are we doing Say It Fast? Okay, it's lesson 8. Yeah, we're testing after lesson 8. So that would probably take, 2 weeks. And in general, testing would be done. You can't test every book every week. It can't be done. You don't have enough time. So I try to pick 1 or 2 books one week and the other the next week. So you're not doing them all the same time. It takes a long time to test DISTAR individually with each child, especially with some children. But even so, once at a time, and the most you would probably ever test at one time would be 2 things, especially if one was really fast. And when you're testing, you're going to go back, not just the test for this time, but go back to what the child missed before, test the befores, and then this week. So for some children, testing will take quite a while, and for others, you'll just have the words for this week, and it goes real fast. All right, so we're ready for lesson 1. If you say it fast, I'm going to show you the picture. It's my turn to start with. I'm going to take the turn, and when it's my turn, I point to me. If it's your turn, I point to you. So this is my turn, this is your turn. When it's my turn, you're quiet. You don't say anything, you just listen. When it's your turn, you're going to answer. So first, it's my turn. I can say it fast. Motor, cycle. I can say it fast. Motorcycle. Listen again. Motor, cycle. Say it fast. Motorcycle. Somebody will have answered that time. You can be sure. And so you'll have to say, no, this is my turn. You listen. Listen this time. Motor, cycle. I can say it fast. Motorcycle. Now, it's your turn. Listen. Motor, cycle. Say it fast. Motorcycle. Now, this is the hard part. You've got to use your hand. You have to start here, and you have to teach them when it comes down here, that's when they're going to say it. Because you don't want people going motor, motor, motorcycle, mo. You've got everybody saying it. You want everybody saying it together. And it's the first time, a lot of training. So let's try it again. We're going to do it together. You ready? This is your turn. Motor, cycle. Say it fast.
Motorcycle.
Now you have to wait till my hand gets down here. Let's try it again. Motor, cycle. Say it fast. Motorcycle. Good. Now let's try it one more time. Motor, cycle. Say it fast. Motorcycle. Good. What are we going to see in our picture today? A motorcycle, right. Look at this motorcycle. This man has on a helmet, doesn't he? If you ride a motorcycle, you better have on a helmet to keep you safe. And here's his tires going around fast, aren't they? Now we're going to see another picture. Listen, this is my turn. Ice, cream. Say it fast. ice cream. Somebody's going to have said it. No, this is my turn. Listen, ice cream, ice cream. Now it's your turn. Listen, ice cream. Say it fast. Ice cream. Have to wait till my hand gets down here. Let's try it again. Ice cream. Say it fast. Ice cream. Good. Kyle. Ice cream. Say it fast. Ice cream. Good. Miss Cabrera. Ice cream. Say it fast.
Ice cream.
Good. What are we going to see in this picture? Ice cream. And they're going to start talking about ice cream. And you just ignore all that chatter going on and just keep on going. In this picture, you see chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream. Now we can see another picture if you say it, listen and say it fast. Listen, this is my turn. Money. I can say it fast. Money. Listen again. Money. I can say it fast. Money. Now it's your turn. Money. Say it fast. Money. Let's try again. Listen. Money. Say it fast. Money. Good. And what do you do with money?
Buy lots of things. My
You-
daddy went to the store last week and he bought a big, huge boat with lots of money.
Yes, he did. I can see the $5. I can say it fast. Dollars. Dollars. Say it fast. Dollars. Good. And I see 5 pennies. I can say it fast. Pennies. Pennies. Say it fast. Pennies. And that's the end of that lesson. Oh, you're supposed to give turns. We'll skip turns because we need to do another lesson. Okay, and see at the beginning of lesson 2, it says test 1, but you can ask them this and see if they can do it. It doesn't take long, but or you could just practice with everybody at the beginning and see if they remember that. If they don't remember it and can't do it, if you're doing it with everybody, then you'd go back and do that other lesson again. But usually I just keep on going at least through the first 3 or 4 or 5 lessons, because then they start to pick up what you're doing, even those that don't. Okay, listen. This is my turn. I can say it fast. Brother. Say it fast. Brother. Somebody's going to say it. You say, this is my turn. When I point to me, you're quiet. Listen. Brother. Say it fast. Brother. Let's try again. Brother. Say it fast. Brother. Good. Now it's your turn. Brother. Say it fast. Brother. What are we going to see on the next page? A brother is a boy. Say it fast.
Boy.
You're going to get quietness right there. They don't know that. They can't hear that. So you can help them by saying, a brother is a boy. Say it fast. Boy. Yes, a brother is a boy. Listen. Boy. Say it fast. Boy. So you're teaching them what it says, blending the first sound with it to help them get it. This boy is playing. Say it fast. Playing. Good.
Question.
Okay.
Lesson 2, would you have them say it immediately, or would you take a turn the first couple of times?
I don't know. Probably I would take a turn, especially on boy, because that's a hard one. The other one isn't so hard, and you're talking about the beginning of school, so probably I just forgot that little thing. I can't ever remember all these little details here.
It's a lot.
Okay, now the next one, they don't give, the teacher doesn't do it, they're just asking the kids this. Listen, air, plane. Miss Aaron, air, plane. Say it fast.
Airplane.
Good. And Miss Hammond, boy. Say it fast.
Boy.
Good. Now, if you say this one fast, we'll get to, let's look at the picture. Mother. Say it fast. Mother. Your turn. Mother. Say it fast. Mother. And I should have done that more than once. Twice, probably. What are we going to see in the next picture? A mother. And what? A mother works hard. This mother is sweeping. I can say it fast. Sweeping. Your turn. Sweeping. Say it fast. Sweeping. She's sweeping the floor with a broom, isn't she? She's getting a lot of dust. She has on pretty shoes. I can say it fast. Shoes. Your turn. Shoes. Say it fast. Shoes. Those shoes are sort of like slippers, I think. I think I skipped a page. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was the end of that lesson. Now we're on to lesson 3.
At the bottom.
Yeah, we're on to lesson 3 now. All right, let's try to get lesson 3 done. Let's see if we can remember how to do say it fast. Kyle, brother. Say it fast.
Brother.
Miss Pierre, mother. Say it fast.
Mother.
Miss Cavera, toy. Say it fast.
Toy.
And Miss Aaron, boy. Say it fast.
Boy.
Boy. Good. Now, if you look at your book, they separate the t and the oi. That's very hard, especially on this lesson. So I wouldn't really expect them to do it. I'd probably put those together on this lesson. In 3 or 4 lessons,
Give me 1 second. All right, go ahead.
in 3 or 4 lessons, maybe you can start to separate it. But separating especially that b sound and t at the beginning is very hard for them. And
Because for some reason they hold on to the oi.
Yeah.
They don't get the
They're listening to the last sound.
last sound.
And then
they
the-
hear
and
the
that's how
la
they hear.
and they've forgotten the other. And when you're looking at DISTAR written down there, if you see 3 O's like that, that means ooh usually. If you see this, that means like book. But this is lock.
Yeah.
And if you know the word, you know which way it is. But if you don't know the word, if you're just looking at this, you think, well, which one is it?
Well,
And if
was in the margin or in the left-hand side.
they say,
In the parentheses, it says. which
yeah.
it is, so.
And if it's the long O, they put the long sound over it. So they're trying to help you know which one it is. And usually if you've looked at it, you know, but occasionally you're just looking at the phonetic thing and you get lost. Okay. Listen, I can say it fast. Police man. I can say it fast. Policeman. Wait for me. Listen again. Police man. Say it fast. Policeman. Now it's your turn. You ready? Listen. Police man. Say it fast. Policeman. And you're saying it with them during these lessons. Later on, when they get better at it, you don't have to say it with them. But at the beginning, it's always helpful because some of them are very unsure of what you're doing. Now, if you look at this one, it says the policeman is fat, but a lot of people don't like that, so they changed it to big. And if you're doing fat, then that's fat, but if you're doing big, you have to go big. You can't separate the "b" in that. So we'll say big this time. This policeman is big. I can say it fast. Big. Your turn. This policeman is big. Say it fast. Big. He has a hat. Say it fast. Hat. And look at the picture. Where is the robber? I can say it fast. Robber. Robber. Your turn. Say it fast. Robber. He's hiding, isn't he? He's hiding way back there so the policeman doesn't see him. And you know it's a policeman. He's got a star and he's got his cap on. The kids will talk and talk and talk about the picture. You just keep on going and go on to the next thing, which you don't have to turn the page. Listen, I can say it fast. Snowman. I can say it fast. Snowman. Your turn. Snowman. Say it fast. Snowman. What are we going to see in this picture? A snowman. This is a snowman, isn't he? We don't get to see very many snowmen around here. As soon as you say that, you're going to have somebody talking about the snow.
Miss Davis.
Uh-huh.
So we're saying snowman.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it 3 S's?
You're sounding it out.
Snow.
Okay, because I didn't hear you do that part.
I probably
okay,
didn't.
Yeah, I thought, 'cause I was like, hold up.
Yeah, I didn't
okay,
do it.
all right.
If it's a triple letter, that's
It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. But I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I told you
okay.
it'd been a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, okay.
It's different when you're doing one lesson
Yes.
and not all of these.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
And this coming year, they'd remember the ice and all.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
In a few years, they won't. This snowman is big. Say it fast. Big. And he has a funny nose. Say it fast. Nose. I think nose is easy. I think they'd probably get that. They might not get big, but you just did it yesterday, so they might. All right, so we've done 3. So we'll stop on say it fast, and we'll go to rhyming.
It starts in lesson.
She said that impression. Because she said some people don't like to say it. She didn't say not to say it. That's why she said she.
Because after lesson 1, the next thing you put the.
Because I wouldn't say it either.
Actually, that is lesson 1. You flip this around with the kids, look at the picture while they're looking at the picture, you talk
Yeah,
about the
that's
picture.
why I was
Okay.
really
The first couple lines in lesson one, you're flipping the page back around to do a new picture.
Okay, it was fine.
Yeah,
This
it's a,
starts on
it's a pain.
Yes, it starts on 6.
okay, all of
All of them.
Yes.
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 She was like 6.
Yeah.
Like six.
They all start on 6.
Yeah, I questioned that last year too. I was like, why am I starting on 6?
Because we do.
No, it's the way
My
they.
favorite part though. I love the
It's
Probably, the other stuff was probably more information than I
Yeah, that was a better way to
no. It just starts on lesson 6 because they think you'll be 5 lessons into the other, and then you'll start this.
Got it.
But we're starting it all at the same time.
Got it.
And one of them, I think it's spell by sound, starts on lesson
See,
17.
that's a great way that's something good to know. And
Yeah.
not just the way it starts.
Right.
It's a reason why.
It's a reason why, because whoever was teaching it, or when he made it, he said, well, don't start this until you get to lesson 6, and don't start spelling by sounds until you're on lesson 17. But we're not doing it that way. We're not starting spell by sounds till we're all through with these others, and
Yeah. Okay.
but that's why it does that. Okay, rhyming is a lot of fun. And some of them really get it, and some of them don't. And at the very end, you're rhyming with short little words. And then if you ask them to rhyme with hamburger like we did at the first, they've forgotten it because it's been so long they can't remember it. And I know when Miss Hammond tests, they'll miss hamburger and fat man,
Yes.
even though they can do all the others perfectly. They just forgotten how to rhyme with the long words like that. And you have to teach them what rhyming is, because most of them really don't understand what part of the word is the rhyming part of the word. And even though a lot of people thinks it's the whole end of this word, which it is in a way, and these words, it's really the very end of the word that rhymes. It doesn't have to be the middle part, it has to only be the very end. So listen. I can rhyme with hamburger, samburger, lamburger, ramburger, bamburger. I rhymed with hamburger. Listen again. I can rhyme with hamburger, samburger, lamburger, ramburger, bamburger. I rhymed with hamburger. Let's all rhyme with hamburger. Ma'am, Mamburger. And you're going to say it when my hand gets down here. You have to tell them when to say it. We're going to rhyme with hamburger. What are we going to rhyme with? Hamburger. Rhyme with hamburger. Ma'am, Mamburger. And that's exactly what they do. Ma'am, hamburger. So we're going to say ma'am, and then we're going to put the burger part on it. So we're going to say ma'am burger. Okay, let's try that. Ma'am burger. All right, now let's try again. Rhyme with hamburger. Ma'am, ma'am burger. That's it. Here's another word that rhymes with hamburger. Ram, ramburger. Do it again. Rhyme with hamburger. Ram, ramburger. Rhyme with hamburger. Ram, ramburger. And sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just have to look at the one that's doing it wrong and watch their mouth, and you can stop it without interrupting. Rhyme with hamburger. Lamb, lamburger. Again, rhyme with hamburger. Lamb, lamburger. And that's all. I mean, rhyming is fast. You can go around and give turns, and that takes another minute maybe, but I like rhyming because it goes fast. So we're going to try to do all the rhyming lesson schedule for today, which is 6 through 10. And that should take us 10 minutes to do all those lessons. It's not a long thing. Rhyme with jelly bean. Melly bean. Oh, I can rhyme with jelly bean. Melly bean, selly bean, felly bean, telly bean. Those are silly words, aren't they? Listen again. I can rhyme with jelly bean. Melly bean, selly bean, felly bean, telly bean. Let's all rhyme with jelly bean. What are we rhyming with? Jelly bean. Rhyme with jelly bean. Telly, telly bean. Let's do it again. Rhyme with jelly bean. Telly, telly bean. Rhyme with jelly bean. Telly, telly bean. Good. What word is that? Telly bean. That's a silly word, isn't it? That's not a real word. Here's another word that rhymes with jelly bean. Melly, melly bean. Rhyme with jelly bean. Melly, melly bean. Is that a real word? No. And another word that rhymes with jelly bean is selly, selly bean. Let's try it again. Rhyme with jelly bean. Selly, selly bean. Kyle, rhyme with jelly bean. Melly.
Melly bean.
Miss Hammond, rhyme with jelly bean. Felly.
Shelly bean.
Miss Cavera, rhyme with jelly bean. Selly.
Selly bean.
Miss Aaron, rhyme with jelly bean. Telly.
Telly bean.
Good. Miss Pierre, rhyme with jelly bean. Rally.
Relly bean.
Good for you. See, you just make up things. That's okay. They don't know, and they're not real words anyway. Okay, let's do number 8. I can rhyme with fat man. Now, if you notice, the very last word on there is Batman. We just cross that off because then you get too many stories and too many wild tales, too much commotion. And I wrote in Satman, so it would be something different. I can rhyme with fat man, mat man, cat man, hat man, rat man, sat man. And sometimes I wonder, they're emphasizing the first sound. I wonder if we shouldn't be emphasizing the man part of it. I can rhyme with fat man, mat man, cat man, hat man, rat man, sat man. Because then they're hearing the man part of it on the end. Something to try if they're having a little trouble with it. Rhyme with fat man, sat, sat man. Rhyme with fat man. Sat, sat man. What word is that?
Sat.
Sat man. Is that a real word? No, I've never heard of that. Rhyme with fat man. Rat, rat man. Is that a real word? No. Rhyme with fat man. Cat, cat man. What word was that? Cat man. Good. That was 8, so 2 more. 9. Now, up to now, they've really been like real big words. Now we get into a little smaller word. We're going to start with sister, a word with 2 syllables, but it's just really one word. The next one has 2 words, but listen, I can rhyme with sister, blister, fister, twister, mister. Let's all rhyme with sister. Fis, fister. Rhyme with sister. Fis, fister. One more try. Rhyme with sister. Fis, fister. Now, they're not going to be near as good as you. They're going to not get this at all to start with.
They'll be saying
Sis, mister, fister.
Or they're just gonna say the first part.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I tell them, they'll say, "Oh, do the hamburger, and they'll just say, "Ma'am." I'm just, "Ma'am, ma'am." Okay.
Here's another word that rhymes with sister. Twist, twister. Rhyme with sister. Twist, twister. Rhyme with sister. Miss, mister. What word is that? Mister. That's a real word, isn't it? Like Mr. Jones or Mr. Smith. That's a real word. But most of and somebody will say twister, they know the game if they're talking about it. All right, let's go to number 10. I can rhyme with baseball, faceball, maceball, raceball, tasteball, chaseball, laceball. Rhyme with baseball, race, raceball. Rhyme with baseball, face, faceball. What word is that? Faceball. Rhyme with baseball, sace, saceball. What word is that?
Baseball.
That's a silly word too. They sure have a lot of silly words in this book, don't they? They really do. All right, we're through with that. We got all of those done. Rhyming goes very quickly, but it doesn't usually go that quickly at the beginning because they're not getting it. If they don't get it, a lot of times I end up repeating the first lesson for 3 days before they get it. And the second lesson, I may repeat it another 2 or 3 days. So don't think just because it says to go on. You can hear if they're getting it or not. If they're not getting it, do it again. Like anything, if they don't get it, you can't go on. They're not going to get anywhere.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Does it matter which order you go in with those first 3 books? Or do you want them to go, do you want us to go in, say, simple action games and then say it fast and then rhyming, or can they get mixed up?
I'd say they can get mixed up, but I save the easiest one for last. Because you're going to lose their attention as the further on that you get, you're going to lose their attention. And the hardest one for the teacher, of course, is say it fast, especially the beginning. But they like that.
I always did that one last because they like to look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Keeps them engaged just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But I would probably
I was
do
curious.
symbol action first.
Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
I think
didn't
I
play
use
with it.
symbol and then rhyming, because, yeah, and I do say it fast last because of the pictures.
Because of the pictures. Yeah. And they like that one too. They don't like blending so much, and they really don't like spelling by sounds. They really don't.
Like starting out, spell by sounds is not one of those things.
Not one of my favorites either, but it's very helpful. And it's helpful to you if you can use it to help them when they're trying to do their reading or something later on.
I work for kinder, it's, spelling.
Very well, and I think if he would just listen to the sounds in the letter, the word.
That's how I do when I teach the kids in kindergarten.
But he doesn't. Now, this one starts on lesson 9, but do yours start on lesson 9?
I copied some.
I'm gonna start on 3.
the lesson book from kindergarten. I copied it for a few of the teachers a few years ago, so they have every single lesson,
Okay,
but not everybody has it. So
so some people do and some people don't.
Should we
So we
start?
start on lesson 1. Are you in the right book?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure what.
it should be blending one.
Blending 1.
Reading one.
Reading 1. That's when we start on 1. We start on page 5.
Just start reading 1.
You don't need lesson
we
one.
skip, and I skip a lot of these because we already know the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I start on lesson 9.
Yeah, we start on lesson.
Except for, wait, turn back on one page, turn back again.
Oh, go the right
lines.
way.
Right,
Sarah,
all right, let me have that book. Let me have that page.
Yeah, that's an important page right
This is the page you really need,
Okay, I'll make sure that.
there.
because you're gonna use it as soon as you start doing the rest of the pages.
Yeah, starts on 3. Cool.
Oh, wow. And the reason they start on lesson 9 is you've already learned the red and the blue sounds by the time you get to this. There's no point in teaching them mass, all those sounds when they know them. I just started with the new sound that they're going to learn, which is on lesson 9. But they also need to learn about the arrow. This is a very important thing. You can just make a page and put arrows on it. You can, just any piece of paper and draw them each across, short, long, whatever, and let them learn that this is an arrow and it says go this way. You start here and you go to the point. The point says stop. We're going to stop right there. The arrow says go this way. What does the arrow say? Go this way. Take your finger and show me. Go this way. No, you need to do it up in the air. That's what they're doing. They're following my arrow. What does the arrow say? Go this way. Which way do we do? We go this way. Good. And here's another arrow. What does it say? Go this way. And this arrow says, go this way. Anytime you see an arrow, it says, go this way. And the kids will use this as a crutch for a long time, that the arrow says, go this way. I can see them looking at something and thinking, go this way, trying to remember which way they're supposed to start and go. So you have to teach go this way before you start this lesson. And
Simple Action Games has an arrow lesson too. So.
yeah, but it's after, well, it would come before.
It would, but this would be a good refresher for them if
Yeah.
it was a long time after.
Yeah. All right, so other than that, we're going to start on lesson 9. You can find your lesson 9. It's in there.
Is there?
Nope, that's it.
No, I mean, is there lesson 8 though?
There was a lesson 8,
Okay,
but you don't need it.
I was just like, is there lesson 8?
It's all the red sounds.
Okay.
It's all the red and the blue sounds that you already will know by the time you get to this.
Yeah.
Even if you're the young 3s, you're going to know the red and the blue sounds by the time you get to this. But this is the first new sound that they will have. And a lot of times, depending on where you are with your sounds, if you haven't gotten to the orange sounds yet, they won't have had the short E sound. And a lot of times, by the time you're doing it, they won't have had the short E sound. The older 4s, maybe they will have. It just depends on the class that year, whether they're ready to go on.
I remember. I think we were past that at that point.
Yeah, usually they are, but not the younger classes are usually not up to that. So if you're in the younger classes and you haven't learned the short E, and even kindergarten hasn't gotten to the short E by the time they start this, because they're doing this soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Not,
By the first couple of weeks, we're,
yeah, it takes about a couple of weeks before you start
we
this.
finish Simple Action Games in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you're going to have to teach them several things new here that they would have learned if they would have done 1 through 8 or lessons before this. You're going to have to teach them this. I'm going to be pointing to things in my book, and if I pointed like this, you can't see the letters, can you? It's very hard. So when you're pointing to something, you'll point from down underneath. But I'm pointing so you can see it. So I'm going to point from up on the top, right here. So if I'm pointing to the clown, I'm not going to point here. I'm going to point on the top. But where are you going to point? On the bottom. You're going to point underneath it. Or else they'll try when they get ready to read their book, putting their finger on the top and reading. And they do try that. It doesn't work very well, but they try it. All right, here's our new sound today. And if you haven't learned the short E sound, all you have to say is, this is a new sound. And if you've learned the short E sound, there's another thing to do. But right now we're going to learn, this is our new sound today. This says E. What does this sound say? E. This sound says E. When I point to it, you're going to say E, and when I take my finger off, you're going to stop. So I'm going to point to it. What does it say? E. Okay, now this time I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to point, and you tell me what it is.
E.
Let's try again. Good, stopping that time. You have to really watch carefully. Are you ready? Here's another one. This sound says E. What does it say? E. Good. And here's another one. E. Is this E? No. What is this? S. All right, now I'm going to point and you say it. Are you ready? E. E. S. E. Good.
So, Ms. Davis, if we, I know I won't get to that, but it's just a question from my own self. If we get to the E and we're not to the short E, can we say something about the line on top?
Yeah, I would say there's a
Yeah, 'cause that
line.
line that's
Here,
on top
here's
is the
a,
same or something?
here's the letter, but don't,
Okay.
but don't tell them the other sound of this yet
Yes,
if you're not there. Just say, look, there's a line on top of this letter right here, and this says E.
They'll see that line a lot later too, so you point it out when they first see it. It won't be just for that letter.
No, it's going to be on other letters as they further.
I
But
didn't even talk about the word vowel yet at that point. I just.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go that
No,
far with it.
no.
But just to.
all they're knowing is the thing that looks like that. I mean, the Japanese symbol to them that looks like that says E. Just like you would look at a Japanese symbol and think, oh, okay, it says hello. But you wouldn't know it was this form of hello or that form, or all you care about is what it says. It says E. Now look, we've got arrows on this page. The arrows tell you to do what? Go this way. What does the arrow say? Go this way. The arrow says go this way. And here's another one. Go this way. So we're going to read this row here. We're going to go this way and read it. So we're going to start over here. And remember, I'm pointing from the top. But if you're looking in your book, you would be pointing from the bottom. And when I point to it, you say it. When I take my finger off, you stop. Okay, let's try that. E. S. And you can't tell this, but this is candy. And there's another picture down here. Who can tell me that picture? Kyle, can you see that picture?
Monkey.
It's a monkey, yes. So when we get to that, we can read monkey. Let's do this row again. Are you ready? E. S. Candy. Good. Now let's go this way again. You ready? A. S. Monkey. Now I'm going to try to trick you this time. I bet I can. You watch carefully. A. S. Monkey. Good. Y'all did a great job. I'm hoping we get what? I don't know. At least 9, 10, and 11, maybe. I was hoping to get all the way. We'll see. All right. How well can y'all see this letter up here? Not too well. It's dotted. So you might want to take a marker or a pen and, I mean, theoretically, you're supposed to have a page that covers it and you draw it. But we're not going to do that. So it'd be fine if you could just mark it in, color it in, write it in, so they can see it. Because other than that, they're just guessing. And even this line is a little hard to see, probably. And your circle is probably at least this far away, like,
Yeah.
if not more. Yeah, they're usually a little further. All right, when I point to these letters, you say the sound. You ready? E, E, A, S. What is this one? E. Uh-oh, I forgot this. What is it? S. I bet you don't remember this one. Ah, good. So you're trying to play a game to see if you can trick them or make them think they're smarter than you are, right? Oh, what do we have? An arrow again. The arrow says, go this way. So what are we going to do? Go this way. Show me which way to go. Go this way. I never can figure out those things. All right. When I'm going to follow the line. When I'm touching the sound letter, you say it. Are you ready? A, S, candy, E. Good. Miss Pierre, read this row for me. Are you ready?
Candy. E.
Perfect. Miss Cavera, read this row. Well, we hadn't done that row. All right, let's do the next row. Are you ready? Ice cream, E, baby, If you don't do that every now and then, they're going to get ahead of you. Okay, let's try it again. You ready? Ice cream, E, baby, Good. Now, Miss Cavera, read this row.
Ice cream. E. Baby.
Good. You followed my finger really well that time. That was good work.
Good job.
And this is a test, but you're not really testing right here. It's going to take a little while, but what you're trying to teach is the E sound. And until they know the E sound, you're not going to go, I think it's 12. Well, 22 is when you start blending. Yeah, so you won't go past 12, and then you would test and make sure everybody knows the E sound. And if not, start back at the beginning. So that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, like 4 lessons that you're doing. And the good chances are you will need to do them again, and you may need to do them again. But usually by that time, everybody's got it, at least as many as are going to get it. And even though you're supposed to wait for everybody, practically, if you waited for everybody, you'd still be on the first lesson for some children at the end of school. So you have to know your class and your students well enough to know which child is likely to never get it. And usually out of a class, there's 2 or occasionally 3 that won't get it. So you wait till everybody but those last 2 or 3 have it, and then you move on. You don't give up on those 2 or 3. You're going to go back and reteach that to them, but you can't hold everybody up while you're waiting for somebody that's going to take forever to get it. All right, we're on lesson 11 now. And all these lessons are pretty much the same. You're pointing to the things, you're holding the sounds, they're practicing reading the row. A lot of times you may have to discuss the pictures before you start reading the row so they'll be able to read it smoothly. Now the big clown they can see, but the little pictures are very hard to see. So that's the end of it. And as you're doing this, you're trying to make it a game. Like they say, oh, I forgot this one. What is that sound? Tell me this. Is this E? No, what is it? S. So you're doing it, trying to make it fun, and they think they're outsmarting you on all of these
So it is
things.
okay to tell them the wrong, like to be like,
Oh, yeah.
this is a tss.
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
did that a lot, and I was just hoping that was okay.
And
I
then,
always knew that it wasn't, but
yeah. And they even tell you to tell them the wrong thing here so that they can correct you. They think they're being so smart. And they're being very observant. They're not just listening to what you say and agreeing with everything that you say. And they often don't know what this is either. And they don't, it says, is this E? No. Fine, then they have to find the E. But if you ask them to come up and find the E, they would run up here and touch it. So you're not going to want them to find the E or anything else. You're just going to ask them to say the sound or correct you when you're doing it. So we'll do all the sounds, but they're really easy. E, S, and you don't even have to mention that. That's an elf. Yeah, because it's not on a row, so you're not reading the row. Okay, we're going to read this row, and every time at the beginning, you're going to have to talk about the arrow says, go this way, and you make them do it with you. Go this way. What does it say? Go this way. They need to get that hand movement going big so they can feel go this way and really understand it, because on a book, it's really small. I mean, up here it's pretty big, but in their book it's small. So, ready? Dollar, candy, good. Next row it says, go this way. Ready? Clown. Good. And here is 12. And we'll stop on that, and because then the next lesson is a really long lesson, because we're teaching you how to start blending and actually reading the words together. This is a very long lesson. If we have time, we'll do it today, but we may not. We need to get to the last book. Spell by sounds.
Yeah, 12:22.
And as we said earlier, this starts on 17.
They were not necessary.
I remember me and Lil kept asking me why.
Okay, so lessons 13 to 21 are not necessary.
No.
What is it?
What were they?
Oh, they're the same sounds that they already know.
Spell by sounds.
There you go.
So there's no point in practicing that. You're practicing, yeah, you're practicing E.
That's the focus.
Yeah.
I know, this is not my friend.
Oh, spell by sounds.
This one I have to take home and practice before.
Yeah.
This one trips me up.
This one will be traumatized with Miss Davis.
I'm just telling you, this one's not my friend. Just
She will be out. She will be out this.
I remember we were talking last year with Roger.
Well, you should have seen me practicing all this last night. Oh.
That is not the right way.
I was like, I promise I'll get it right.
This is the last one I practiced. And I said, oh my. And it ended up taking 30 minutes. I was thinking maybe it wouldn't be that long, but it was. Because each one takes such a long time to do. And at the beginning of this, I wrote, this is hard. We'll probably need to repeat each lesson for a while. So you'll probably need to do lesson 17 2 or 3 times. You don't have to get perfection. You're going to be doing the same thing in the next lesson and the next lesson. But it does help to repeat, especially the first lessons, quite a few times. And a lot of times you're giving the child a turn, and for a long time in here, you need to be saying it with them when they have a turn, because they're really not sure of what they're doing, and you're not really that sure if you're hearing them correctly. So you're trying to help them get it. This is one of the hardest skills, I think. Well, blending without stopping is pretty hard too. Yeah. And this one is sort of the reverse of that. When you're reading the sounds without stopping. But when you're spelling by sounds, you're taking the whole word and breaking it down into the individual sounds. So they both go together to help, but they're the opposite skill. And it takes a lot of practice. As you're doing this, you're going to be holding the sounds, but don't hold them the same length of time every time you do it. We all get in a habit. It's like we hold it for 2 seconds and then the next sound for 2 and the next sound for 2. And then they get to where they just automatically do it, whether that's what you're pointing or not pointing. They're just going with the rhythm that they heard. They have nothing to do with your finger. It has only to do with the rhythm that you've established. So you have to make sure that your rhythm changes. It can be fast or slower or really slow or medium, and not always the same. And in general, you're going to take the first turn, and this is one where you have to make sure they understand that you get the first turn. They won't have a clue what you're talking about when you're starting this. And since they really know nothing about spelling an ordinary word, if you ask some of the 4-year-olds, they'll tell you, I can spell cat, C-A-T. They have no idea what they're saying or doing, but they've learned to memorize that just like you memorize a song or the words to something or a poem. And so they memorize C-A-T spells cat. But if they saw it written down on a piece of paper, they wouldn't know what that was because they've just been taught that C-A-T spells cat. But now we're trying to help them hear the individual sounds in each word by breaking it down and saying it slowly. And when you're doing this, it sounds like you're singing, and you have to explain that to them because you're singing the sounds and you're holding it a long time so that they can really hear each sound. Now, first is your turn, and then you have them do it with you, and it says 3 times. They're not going to get it in 3 times, but just go to the next word, do it 3 times, go to the next word. Then it says you give each child a turn. There's no point in giving them a turn, I don't think, on the first day. They're not going to have a clue how to do this by themselves. You're doing good if you can get them to do it with you the first day and to watch your finger. And you're going to have a hard time learning to coordinate the sounds and your hand and your finger all going together at the same time. It looks easy when I'm doing it. When you're doing it, it won't be so easy. First, it's my turn. We're going to spell by sounds, and it says not by letter names, but I don't tell them that because they don't know letter names anyway. So here's how I spell me. First it's my turn. Here's how I spell me. Me. I spelled me. Listen again. Me. What did I spell? Me. Like this is me. I'm sitting right here in this chair. And you always try to give them a sentence with that word so that they can understand what you're talking about. Because they may not have understood me. I mean, it seems easy to us, but not to some child that's sitting out there. Okay, do it with me this time. And you're going to have to watch my finger again. As when my finger comes down, you say the sound, and you keep holding it till it goes up again, and then you'll go to the next sound. I think that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's easier to do it sometimes than say it. All right, we're going to spell me. Are you ready? Me. And when I do this, it means stop. Need to change?
I need to change batteries on the cameras.
Okay.
So, good stopping. Okay.
All right, let's spell me again. Ready? Me. Good. One more time. Be sure and watch my finger. Me. Good. You did very good watching that time. What was that word we spelled? Me. What word did we spell? Me. We spell me. Listen, here's another word. I can spell am by sounds. And not your turn. Listen, this is my turn. Am. I spelled am like I am sitting right here. I am. Now do it with me. Spell am. Am. Good. What did we spell? Am. Let's spell am again by sounds. Am. And at the beginning, you're going to have to hold it a long time, go around the circle and around the circle again, and take a deep breath until everybody is saying it. And it takes a lot to get everybody. But when you're looking at them and pointing them, finally somebody pokes them and says,
I implemented this in my open house. The parents was very impressed with that one, with the spell by sound.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably never heard of
I
that.
wanted to say that's what a lot of parents say. We never realized that that's a good way of thinking how to do that. I was like, I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it is. All right, here's another word today. Here's how you spell if. If we can spell this word, we'll be through. If. Are you ready? If. You run out of breath on that. Might want to be a shorter on the if.
I always warn the kids, remember that, hear that sound? You need to take a deep breath this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's spell if again. Are you ready? If. All right, so that was 17. And we're only going to try to go through 19 today. 17, 18, and 19. Do half of them today. Okay, number 18. Sorry. Okay, today we're going to spell see, like I can see you. Here's how you spell see. See. Your turn. Spell it with me. Are you ready? See. Good. What did we spell? See. Let's spell no. Are you ready? No. Good. What did we spell? No. Spell ice. Ready? Ice. Good. And let's go to 19. Just wait. Something's coming up very hard after 19.
Yes.
Now, the first word you're doing on 19 is not a real word. So you need to be sure and tell them this is not a real word. And sometimes when you tell them it's not a real word, like when you get to the word, I forgot something over there when we're reading, they have a word that sounds sort of like it in their mind, so they think that's what you're saying. So you say, this is not a real word, but we can still spell it by sounds. We're going to spell af. What are we going to spell? Af. Listen, I can spell af. Af. Your turn. Spell it with me. Spell af. Af. Good. What did we spell? Af. I can spell eat. Here's how to spell eat by sounds. Eat. This is my turn. Listen. Eat. Listen again. Eat. That's a hard one because you're stopping right there at the very end. All right, do it with me. Are you ready? Eat. Do it again. Eat. Good. And let's spell my. I can spell my by sounds. My. I spelled my like this is my book. Your turn. Spell my with me. My. Good. And here's our last word today. I can spell sew, like I know how to sew clothes. Now you know that's not the word that's in here, but it sounds like it to them.
They don't know the difference.
No. So you can think of another word with S-O, but sew sounds good to me. Okay, I can spell sew. You ready? Listen. So. All right, listen again. So. Your turn. What are we spelling? So. Ready? So. Good. Spell so one more time. So. Good. Now, get your hand ready. You're going to do it with me. This is the hard part. All right, we're going to spell af, and you're going to be doing this just like you're the teacher up there saying this. We're going to spell af. Listen, af. Spell af by sounds. Af. And you've got to make that stopping really hard so they understand that. Let's do it again. Spell af. Af. Good. Spell eat. Ready? Eat. This is tricky. Let's do that one again. I told you this was tricky. Ready? Eat. As soon as you get through, you've got to stop. Try it again. You have to know ahead. If you're like me, I was just doing, wait, through with this sound. Ready? Eat. Good. And we're ready for my. Let's spell my. My. Good. Spell so. So. Good. All right. Well, we got through it. All right. Now here comes your homework. I know you're going to all love this. And I know how long it takes because I've practiced it all. So next time, you're going to be teaching the next lessons. Usually everybody has one of each one, but we don't think we have enough. So, symbol action games. I should write down who I assign it to because then I'll forget. So number 4, Miss Pierre. Number 5, symbol action, Miss Cavera. And number 6, symbol action, Miss Aaron. I have a...
Double up with some of us, so each, 2 of us have the same lesson?
No, we won't get through.
I might not make it back here because I have interviews on starting on Wednesday, so I might not make it back here.
Depends on if we start Tuesday.
Right.
That's the plan, so we Tuesday.
Yeah, we're supposed to, I'm hoping we do it Tuesday. All right, so say it fast. We'll go to the next people. We did 1 through 3. So let's try for 4, 5, and 6. So Kyle, 4. 5. You want to do 1?
Sure.
All right, you get 5. And Miss Aaron gets 6.
Which one is this?
6.
Say it fast.
Yeah.
I've got 5, you've got 6.
Okay, rhyming. We did, I think we got all the way through 10 today.
We did.
We did. So we're on 11. So we have 11, 12, 13, and 14. So we have 4 of them that we hope to do. So that may be almost everybody. So Kyle gets 11. Miss Aaron gets 12. Miss Cavera gets 13. And Miss Pierre gets 14. And blending, nobody will get that one because I'll have to teach how to teach blending. And then on spelling by sounds, we got through 19, so we'll have 20, 21, and 22. So I can't keep up with who hasn't had. Did we do? Yeah, we did rhyming. So everybody got a rhyming. Everybody got either symbol action or say it fast. So let's give everybody a spell by sounds. We'll just add another one to that. So we'll give Miss Aaron 20. Miss Pierre 21. Miss Cavera 22, and Kyle gets 23. You don't have to be the first one this time. Okay, so that means everybody's got 3 or so to practice. But you might want to practice all of them just in case. Because if somebody's having a hard time, I may ask somebody else to see if they can do it. And you will be corrected. Like I said before, you will be. I mean, you corrected me. I mean, we all make mistakes. That's just the way it is. And if you make a mistake in front of the kids, and you will, you just say, "Oh, I did it wrong." And then now I'll do it the right way. Right. It's not a big deal.
Well, it helps them too that, you know, making a mistake isn't
Isn't a big deal. No. You,
I tell the kids, how we learn.
That's how we learn.
yeah.
I'm still, and I'm
Somebody, I was reading something, somebody asked their father if he thought Jesus ever made a mistake growing up. And his father was trying to think of what to say, and the kid said, "Oh, I know he did. That's how he learned."